Hello Commanders, Commander Plater here, and welcome to today's live stream. Today's going to be a little bit different, I guess, from other live streams. I have literally close to no agenda, apart from one thing. Today I'm going to be joined by Commander Greytest. I'm joining him on his stream too, and we are going to be seeing if we can launch an SRV into orbit around a planet. Which sounds like
what you do.
It just sounds like an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's an idea. So we'll definitely give that a go and see what happens. I guess a little bit after that, once we've launched Greytest into orbit, and we hope for the best. We're going to do some bounty hunting because we, as Ployd, have a new system that we have to secure, and we have to grow into and dominate. It's what must be done. So yeah, we'll definitely be giving that one a go. But it's good to see everyone turn up on literally no notice. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And I noticed that the donation bar is like ridiculously high up and full, which is fantastic to see, and I really appreciate that support. Considering that no one's making you do it. Thank you.
Welcome, mate. Very welcome.
Now we will have a quick look at it because the chat's not working properly. So on restream, let's have a look. Yeah, Kuro, it is. It's doing something weird. It's definitely connected. No, it's not. That's why. Dink, dink. We'll give that a go. We'll see if it works. If not, it's not the end of the world. I guess people can watch on both platforms. Typically you guys don't talk to each other anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it does weird stuff, it does weird stuff. Who knows?
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. I'm not stressing out over it, that's for sure.
No. I'm trying to get more and more relaxed with the streaming as well, because it doesn't help anyone if you stress out about stuff.
No.
Things are just the way. I mean, of course it's good to try to be as professional as possible, but if something goes wrong, it's just part of the experience.
Yeah, tech's tech, and at the end of the day, I'm like, well, there's not a huge amount I can do about it apart from
yeah,
stop and start it, because it's a third-party thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, it's going to do what it does. So, but yeah, I'm currently jumping on my way back to Shinrata in order to pick up my Orca. Then I'm going to go and be meeting Greytest in the system of Dahan to be able to Dahan and all that kind of stuff.
That's right. I guess I'll take the opportunity to start up my stream then,
yep.
So we have this recorded. Yeah, let's go. So, hello everyone from my part as well. Just a very quick introduction. I'm currently sitting on Colton again, the planet that I just finished my circumnavigation on, and I'm joined by Commander Plater for another set of shenanigans tonight. And we will try to take my SRV into actual orbit around this planet. I'm not talking about the interplanetary stuff that we've done way in the past. I'm talking actually orbiting the planet in the SRV. And we'll see if we can make that happen. We did a little test run before, so it should theoretically be possible, and we'll just see if it works out again. So, yeah, we're currently just waiting for Commander Plater to return with the ship of choice, the Orca, with the very flat and smooth belly.
I can't believe you're making me fly an Orca. This is ridiculous.
You wanted to, Plater, admit it.
No. I literally suggested every other ship first. It was can we use this one instead? No. Oh well.
Hey, Steve Shaw, good evening. Yeah, it should be fun. However it turns out, it should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I mean, we have had a practice before, so we do have a good idea of what we're doing. And also, we're reasonably well practiced when it comes to you riding an SRV on my ship. So. Oh
God, I was holding my breath there for a second because you could have put that sentence completely differently.
Yeah, could have gone weird. Could have gone weird.
I'm glad you didn't. We had enough weirdness yesterday on a Scorpius stream. Did you catch any of that?
I heard bits of Turgeon. When I say bits, I mean his different personality.
Hey, Nightbot. Yeah, double streaming is fair enough. But make sure you are on play to stream, that's more important. My stream is more for documentation of the whole event, less than, you know, for current entertainment. No need to watch 2 streams at once.
Anaria, thank you very much. I know your OCD, your internet OCD was super triggered there, and that was the cause of the donation, but thank you very much. Much appreciated. He had to round it up. It's his thing. It's his thing. But yeah, I'll say hello to everyone on my stream. I normally run down through everyone's names. I'm not doing that today. It's going to mix things up. But don't think any of you are going unnoticed at all, whether you have been a long-time viewer or it's your first time. I always notice you, and I'm always grateful for you watching. Feel like you know we're too far into the stream for me to go through the full number of people I've got watching, but. That other guy, don't overheat flying upside down over a planet. It will not be an issue. Don't worry. Like, don't worry. This is not my first rodeo.
Oh my!
Alright,
I'll just sit here while waiting for you with a nice view of the gas giant over the horizon.
So, Happy Shrapnel was asking how Clive is. Clive went to the vet today. He had his annual boosters. He also got traumatised because the vet showed us how to wash his ears out. Because he's got really dirty ears, and has done like since we got him. And it's literally we've not been able to get them clean at any point whatsoever. He's had antibiotics, and they've essentially suggested that we've used them wrong. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's pretty accusatory, but that's fine. We'll do that. But yeah, it's that was okay. It's fine. But yeah, they showed him how to wash his ears out and stuff, which was pretty unfortunate for him. Oh, hi Steve Shaw. How you doing? Thank you for coming over from Greytest stream to say hello. And also to answer the question in there, Jeff. Which stream has the SRV point of view? That's going to be Commander Greytest's.
Yep.
Which, you know what, I really should have put that in the description, so you can watch both.
If you have a fast chip, and I'm talking really fast, like if you have an Imperial Eagle or a Courier going around 900-ish meters a second, please consider that bringing that along for the ride, because that will be required to catch up with me. But you'll see, you know, once we get started. Yeah, we're currently in Plato's private group, so feel free to join in and come along for the ride. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Because Plato, when we did our training run, he wasn't able to keep up with my SRE. I was just going too fast.
Yeah, even the difference in timing between going up into orbital cruise and then dropping back down again. I would go maybe like two kilometers ahead. I'd drop down, and then when I came back up, I would drop back in. He'd really overtake me. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. Oh.
And why you see my tool up there on screen still, that I just used for the planetary circumnavigation, well, I might be able to actually use this tool here as well, because I will actually go over the 0 longitude again, and then we can start up the tool and basically track my average speed in orbit, so we get an idea of how fast you have to go. I'm not sure we will be able to complete a full orbit around the planet, but that's the goal, so we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. So Dave, we're going to be in the system of Dahan and planet Coltan, because he's got a courier that goes 895. That's actually not going to be fast enough. Which is...
It might be. I'm still not 100% sure what the actual velocity is. I think it's a bit weird. The SRV and its physics are weird. So we're just doing some working out today. Hey Jeff Fogg, thanks for the sub.
Also, Seth, thank you very much for the donation, bud. Much appreciated. Thank you. I didn't mention it when it popped up, but yes, thank you. Oh, I'm just leap shaming all over the place today, but I don't care. Don't care.
Yeah, the rims are quite nice in that paint job. I'm still not sure. Are those the Pulse paint jobs, or are they called differently for the SRV? I really should know, but I can't recall right now.
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
It's been so long that I outfitted this SRV.
Mark, you haven't missed any more Star Wars game streams. I haven't actually streamed in the last kind of week or so for a pretty good reason, which the stream title might give away. But no, you haven't missed much in that sense. In stream stuff or game world, you haven't. But today you're going to witness something which is reasonably special, I would say.
Yeah, safe to say, yeah.
Yeah, special is the choice word, because it's like, what, like, special? It's like, yeah. Special.
Whatever you read into the word special,
yeah.
it is fitting in that case. Well, that paint job actually comes in several different colors. I think Oxy's rocking the cyan one, I'm pretty sure. And that looks quite awesome as well. But it also comes in like green, purple, yellow even, I think, or orange. All kinds of colors. But the red was the first one I got, and I still kind of like that a lot.
Prorook, Greytest is not currently streaming to Twitch.
Nope.
Just the YouTubes. Is Greytest going to die? If we get it right, no.
Yes. in the long run,
yeah,
yes.
It's unavoidable.
I mean, if we get it right, let's be honest here. I don't think there's any safe way to deorbit an SRV with like 800 or 900 meters a second. That's just gonna end up in death.
Nice.
And the only alternative is... Oh, hold on, I do have an idea. Oh yes, I have an idea, and I will try that if we manage to finish a complete orbit.
Oh god.
I might actually be able to salvage it.
It's gonna be awful, isn't it?
No. It's gonna be very boring, in fact, but maybe it works out.
Okay. Chickers, welcome to the stream. I am. This is my awesome response, which is, all things considered, I'm doing all right. William, thank you very much for the super chat there, and Rusty Dog, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
I think I got my favorite ever donation today during the circumnavigations, because Pebbles donated to me, and it said, "We are going to get you, Greytest." That was so good. Whoever that was, thanks a lot again. That was amazing.
Alright. Shipyard.
The Pebbles of Doom.
Get the trusty orca. Wait. Where's my orca? Where did I park my orca? Oh my god, why do I do this to myself? Right. I can't be trusted. That's how I really can't be. Squirrel, raid of 1. Well, I think it counts. And Night Cow. How's it hanging? Oh, I've only got witty responses to that. But yeah, it's hanging.
I'll be right back with you, gentlemen. I'm just quickly grabbing a drink because I ran out.
So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. Thankfully, Dahan is not too far away from deployed space, so once I've grabbed my orca and I head on over, we should be all good. something I do wish we could do is if we could ship ships to places where we intend to arrive. That'd be nice.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Chickers, why do you think you're in a church? That's probably due to the sounds of Miguel Johnson playing in the background, of course. This is actually a song called Regenesis. From his album The Explorers. Yeah, Pro Rock shipped to Raxlar. Except we can do that. Because if you were to do that, it would be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Like, also that's assuming that it would have a shipyard in it. It'd be pre-populated, wouldn't it? Which can't be. Jeff Hawk, if you've got two streams at once and you have an echoey, just mute one. That's the best way to handle that situation.
You're so smart, Plater.
I am. You're right.
It's incredible.
It is. You're not wrong. And Nemesis, thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciated. I love how if you're in a wing, I don't get to see how far away you are anymore in the contacts tab. It's good that.
You should know just by the bond of our friendship.
Is that how it works?
I don't know. I think I'm back to making excuses for FDEF again.
See, just through the fields, man. That's how you do it. Just through the fields.
Oh god, I hate the blur on the external camera. Why did they put that in there? Ugh.
Ah, Dave, what a nightmare. He just realised that his enhanced performance thrusters are about 400 light years away from his courier. Why aren't they on your courier all the time?
400, that's nothing. The courier has a decent jump range.
Then be rookie numbers.
It's like 10 jumps.
Bounty Stickman, we're talking about the blur that you get when you're using the vanity camera. And as soon as you have something that is in between your ship or SRV...
That's the weird part.
Oh.
There doesn't even have to be anything in between. When I did my litho skipping with the ship, just letting that skim across the surface, whenever it is about to hit the ground, like, I don't know, 100 meters up or so, the camera suddenly blurs for a couple of seconds or so, for no apparent reason whatsoever. There's nothing in between, it's just a ship approaching the ground, and it blurs. And there's several other occasions where that kind of bugs out as well. And again, it's like an effect that's completely unnecessary. If they want to tell you that you're like, I don't know, that why does it even have to tell you that the view is obscured? I think you're smart enough to tell yourself, tell if you don't see your ship anymore.
Yeah, but
and it ruins so many shots. Like Scorpius especially is going on and on about it, because you know, whenever he's trying to film something and the camera blur comes up, shot ruined. Have to start over again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing about it is that one of those little things you can do in VR that you can't do in the vanity cam is that if you are you switch into VR, and obviously you can get up and move around your ship, but also when you switch to vanity cam, you can get up and move around as the vanity cam, so you can phase through things. So there's a couple of places I've been where you're not supposed to be able to see. So,
but does it blur then?
No, it doesn't. So the best example I have is that I have stuck my head through the back door of the Sidewinder, and you can see in to the to the SRV bay and see where the SRV should be, but it's not there.
It's a lie.
The SRV is a lie. Yeah. Rusty, what are my thoughts on the forthcoming new exploration methods, Great or Grind? I think that it adds some much needed depth of gameplay. Everyone's picking up on the fact that I said I stuck my head through the back door. Ew, I misses. But yeah, I think it's going to add some much needed depth of gameplay. As for whether or not it's going to feel like grind, I mean, we're in this actual position where they actually are asking for feedback, so give it on forums. I would say there's a little bit. It depends on how the ADS honking works. So you know, if you're honking, you actually get a decent image of the system. So, but if you have to just fly over to something and be like, oh god, it's a piece of crap, it's an icy rock, you know, it's gonna be a pain.
So far, I will lean out of the window, and from what I've seen, I will say the only disadvantage I see is when you're just out there to find kind of beautiful stuff. I think in the new system currently you would have to jump into a system and then pull up that discovery HUD, that special new interface to discover these gravitational anomalies, and actually resolve each and every one of those anomalies to be able to see them, to get a picture of them from your current point of view. But you know, to be able to judge if there's interesting surface features or interesting colors or rings or whatever. Because just from the gravitational anomalies and from the sensor, like from the readout you get there from these, I don't know what they called them, those spectrum lines or whatever, I don't think you will be able to tell if that's an interesting planet to you. You might be able to tell what type of planet it is, yes, and maybe even if it has any rare materials, maybe, but to actually see it, if it's visually interesting to you, you will have to resolve it, meaning I think you have to like look in the direction of the object and then fiddle around with these spectral lines to like match them up or something. I don't know exactly how that will work, but you basically have to do some extra work to see them. And currently you just have to honk and look at the system map, and you see all of the planets at least visually, even though you don't have much more data on them. So that's kind of switched around now. And since I think many of the explorers out there are just out there for, you know, the screenshots or for interesting stuff to discover, that might be a bit detrimental in that regard. I'm not sure they can really fix that though, to be honest. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure. I hope they got that feedback at least. That's like one of the major things that people are worried about. You know, the extra work, because yeah, it is quite a lot of work if you're in a system with like 40 planets. And you just want to find something extraordinary, something beautiful. You would every time you would have to look at each object and resolve it, and that's gonna take a lot longer than it currently does.
Yeah. I mean,
but other than that, it certainly adds depth. It adds, you know, more rewarding gameplay to actually achieve a discovery, and I think that's in and of itself a good thing.
What I hope is that exploration is going to pay more, so that it means that it's kind of, for the length of time you have to invest to scan a system and planets and make money, that you won't have to put so much time into it. You know, I think
they said that that's gonna be roughly the same or even better. Like, yes, you're gonna get more payout per hour of gameplay, but I really hope that's not the only thing they look at, because it's not the main concern. Again, people are not necessarily going exploring to earn money. I think that's always been a second thought. Of course, it's good if you earn money while doing it, so you don't come home and you're still a poor mouse without any funds. But it's not the primary reason why people go explore, and I hope they understand that.
Because it is about going out there and seeing cool stuff.
Yeah,
that's always what it is.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you have a set destination, that's not an issue either. You know where to go, and once you're in the system, the extra effort of just looking around and resolving some planets is not an issue. But if you just, if you just jump across the galaxy with no real goal in mind, just, looking for interesting stuff, that will be a major problem for you. So I hope they can maybe find like an in-between solution for that somehow. Maybe being able to resolve planets visually instantly in that HUD. So if you just look at them, you see them, you can basically just zoom in on them and you see how they visually look. But to see their composition and materials, maybe for that you would have to resolve those spectral lines or something. I could see that, but even then it would still be the extra effort of not just honking, but actually looking at every planet in the HUD instead of on the system map. And since it's not a 2D interface like the system map, but a 3D environment where you have to look all around you, I think that's going to be a little bit more inconvenient at least. But I think that would probably be a compromise that people could accept.
Yeah.
But hey.
I mean,
hey Tokuso.
There's going to be a beta, so there is that, which is quite nice. I'm very happy with the return of the beta because that's going to be good for everyone to get hands-on with stuff, try it out, give some feedback based on the actual gameplay and be like, look, I have done this on both, live and beta, and this is how long it took me to scan a system, and this is how much it made me, and then this one here is how long it took and how much it made me. That would be an interesting comparison. So you get two systems, or identical systems, that one in live, one in beta, compare them. Let's see what happens.
How are you coming along, Peter? Did you find your orca?
Yep, I am in Dahan, flying towards Colton now.
Do you see my wing bacon?
I do see your wing bacon. It looks crisp and tasty.
Hello there.
Kuro is asking where I'm hiding. I'm not hiding. I'm sitting in plain sight, but it's a big planet, so good luck. Well, then again, you can see my coordinates on the screen right now.
Agnot, the destination tonight is we're currently in the system of Dahan, and I'm going to help Greytest go into orbit in an SRV.
It's going to be good. Yeah, Toko, so that's actually a fair point. Yeah, most planets or their moons are bunched up quite a bit, so it's probably not as bad as I imagine it right now. It's just something to keep in mind that it is a bit more effort than just looking at the system map, especially if you have to first completely resolve them with whatever minigame they will put in place there to even visually see those planets. But yeah, it's probably not completely horrible, but it will still take significantly longer than the system map because a honk and looking at the system map, you could do that if you were buckyballing. Like, if you just jump into the system, fuel scoop, align back out and hit hyperdrive while it's charging up, you could always still look at the system map and see what your honk revealed, and if there was something interesting there, you could abort the jump and check it out. And that's not going to be possible in the future. So it will be a significant slowdown for just, explorers out there searching for something interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they did say that you could still junk, didn't they? That they said that it would still be a thing.
You only reveal a star, and so you won't see if you miss anything interesting in the system. And I really don't get what the point of that honk is then, to be honest, because okay, I guess in inhabited systems, the honk also reveals stations to you, so you can directly fly to them. That's a fair point, I guess. But out exploring, the honk is basically useless, because just discovering the star you're landing right next to anyhow doesn't do you any good, really.
Yeah.
So I wonder if the honk does anything else apart from that, or if it's just, a remnant. You might not even need an ADS unless the ADS is coupled to that new HUD interface to resolve the planets, which it probably is. So you're still stuck with that module.
I don't know. Testing. This is always the thing. It's like, we'll give it a go.
Yeah,
see what
testing.
Happens.
We'll have to see what the beta test brings and how it works out.
Yeah. Now, Momoka, I am indeed in an orca.
Temporarily.
You'll see why. Reaper Jamie, I think it's probably your end then. Oh no, this is a far too fast approach. Uh-oh. That's fine.
Incoming!
Uh-oh. What's that? Uh-oh. Yeah, Rusty, the honk does also expose signal sources as well, doesn't it? That's a good point.
I think it does, yeah.
I think the good news is that I can actually see you this time.
Hooray!
Oh wait, can I?
And Yep, we're in the same instance. You'll have a hard time though, because I'm just one small little SRV down on the ground here.
Yeah, I've got you selected. We'll see.
Could put the high beams on. There you go.
Yeah, now I see you. That actually helps. Okay. Which direction do we want to go?
You would have to point, like, park over here somewhere where I'm currently going. That's not, yeah, it's around about right here, just in front of me, facing in the 90-degree heading. Because again, we will go along the longitude equator here to see if I can make my tool work to measure my average speed on this.
Okay. This
I should probably turn on some modules. Let's turn on the shields.
Yeah.
Sensors wouldn't hurt, whatever, don't need that. Guess, whatever. Alright. Please putteth your buttocks down.
I've normally approached from the other way. No, normally you approach me from the front, sir.
Oh no! I failed. I completely failed there. I had my pips unmanaged. How dare I?
Is Dahan a death trap? I don't know.
Yes. Well, for me it will be.
Oh, it's it's not. It's a throwback to the beta. Okay.
All right. I am on top. Excellent.
Okay.
So I think I see Kuro up ahead. Okay, very careful now. Don't lift up vertically. Just tilt upwards a little bit, or downwards for you, and bring us up to like 2 kilometers or so in height. And maybe you could actually target Coltan, the planet, so you see what your current distance from it is. That would be excellent.
Yep.
And once you're at around 170 kilometers from the core, that's where we are good to go. And yet, just try to keep following the 90 heading as precisely as you can for now.
Okay, I'm going to try and make sure that I level out a bit as well against the horizon.
How far away are we currently from the planet's core?
154 kilometers.
Oh, so we hit one of the deep spots here. That might bite me in the end, but okay, then don't go that high, because that'll probably take us out into the void already. Just get to, like, I don't know, 5 kilometers or so, and then we'll start from there.
Okay. And we are going to begin accelerating, because I think we've got a decent angle of incline.
Yeah. By the way, Kuro, I'm pretty sure I sent you an invite. Oh, that was close. To the wing. Maybe join that so you can drop in on me again. There you go. Once I'm in orbit, else you won't find me.
Right. So once we hit 2 kilometers, you want me to increase speed and just bring us up to full.
Yeah. Yeah, get us up to like 5 very smoothly, roundabout, and then we'll hit full speed.
Okay then.
Ooh, it's getting jiggly.
I'm going to level out slightly, because we're getting a little bit.
That's pretty much it. Typhus, flat and large. That's why we choose the Orca.
God. Wish my belly was flat. Damn.
Oh god, it is so all over the place. I think the extra person in the instance does not help. Not at all.
Okay, we're at the 4 kilometer mark, 159 kilometers from Coltan. Okay.
Is there any big mountain ranges ahead of us?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, excellent. Then yeah, you can slowly start leveling out and keep accelerating to your maximum. By the way, you guys, we're already going 200 meters a second right now. So this is already quite fast for an SRV, but we're not done yet, by far. Let me tell you.
Still leveling.
Oh, I'm taking damage actually. That's not good. Okay, let me quickly try to repair here.
I'm gonna maintain pitch for a second.
Okay, I'm good. Keep leveling out.
Because we're at 6 kilometers now.
It's just instancing again. We didn't have that issue last time around. I think I only took a little bit of damage when I was taking off from you.
Okay, and
alright, are you at max speed?
Nope.
Okay, then keep accelerating. I'll try to drop back a bit on your belly, so I get a run up.
Okay, accelerating. Orcas don't have a special place in my heart.
Don't deny it, Plater.
That's Oxy you're thinking of.
That's goats.
Yeah. Here's a special place for them somewhere else. Okay.
Oh god.
Right. It's gonna get a little bit jittery because we're hitting the
speed bump.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's okay. I'll manage.
Oh, it's so dramatic. Dramatic music at my end as well. It's like, yeah.
Oh, you're running Nigel Johnson right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's fitting. That's perfect.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna angle up slightly because we're dropping.
That's only because the terrain below, probably.
Okay, we're nearing max speed. 340 is the max on the Orca.
Excellent. We're going at 310 right now. Oh, boys.
Okay.
Wish us luck. I really hope this works out this time around.
And 348. We're at maximum speed, sir.
Alright, just stay that way. I'm gonna hit it. Let's go! Wish me luck! Whoa.
He's gone. He's away. Oh, I think... Are you falling?
Well, not just yet. You did give me a little bit of a ramp because you weren't completely level, which is good in this case. I think I might need that to get over this little terrain coming up.
You were outposting me so fast. Already.
Can you boost to catch up?
If I could perma boost in this thing, yeah. Jasper, you're saying you're confused. What are you confused by?
This is completely normal activities in an SRV. I don't know what your issue is.
This is what we call normal gameplay.
No, this is how do you say that? There's a word for it. Emergent gameplay. There you go.
Gameplay, yeah.
Emergent gameplay is what this is.
Yeah, and as you can see, Greytest is massively outpacing me. Even when I'm going at my maximum boost speed of 430, I am not catching up.
Because I am already going at, let me tell you, 430 right now, roundabout. It's probably even faster than that.
I think it is faster than that. So yeah, indeed, working as intended. Vortex is bringing his 850 meter per second courier.
That's good.
So that helps if we can keep up with you. So Vortex will
actually... Well, don't worry just yet. Just let me try to get into a stable orbit first, and then you guys can try dropping in on me and kind of flying alongside or catching up with me. For now, I have to try to not go so high or fast to leave the planet, which happened last time, but also not go too slow and low to hit the planet, which would be deadly, probably.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Right, so Jasper, you're trying to figure out what you're looking at. Am I in the SRV or the Orca? Right, I am in the Orca. That's me, Commander Plater. Commander Greytest is in the SRV.
That's me.
And he is just massively outpacing me. So, just going to take us up into...
So the thing is, guys, I guess a bit of background knowledge here would be helpful. This planet has a orbital velocity, or let's say, no, that's wrong. Let me put it right. To stay in orbit around this planet, you need a velocity of, I think it's pretty exactly 215 meters a second. But that's in your ship. So if Plater, for example, were now to level out with the horizon, go 215 meters a second, and then just turn off his engines, he would be in a stable orbit around the planet. He would just keep going around and don't hit the mountains, but also not leave the planet's influence. I tried that before, it works. So that's what we know. The issue is the physics of the SRV are special in many different ways. There's a constant downforce acting on your SRV from those little thrusters here in the wheels on the side. So those will constantly pull you down towards the planet. So in the SRV, the speed that you require to stay in a stable orbit is way, way, way higher than those 215 meters a second. And that's what we're kind of trying to do right now. Me just going faster and faster, trying to reach actual orbital velocity, and I think I might have just messed up because this is a very high and big crater that I need to get over.
It looks like
it's gonna be close. I think I'm managing.
I'm in instance above you, and it looked like you cleared the one of the sides really comfortably.
But the second side I did not clear comfortably. That is a height of 400 meters.
Eek.
Oof. I think I'm good though. Just have to keep accelerating here. So we're currently up to round and about, let's see, 570 meters a second.
So Ray, you've been AFK, the speed. Greytest, what's your current velocity?
Around 600 meters a second now.
There you go. 600 meters per second. And he's away. Because previously when we tried this weapon was that we ended up, I guess, being way...
The problem is this planet isn't completely
high.
round. So there are sections, as you've seen, where the ground level is like 154 kilometers from the core, but then there's other regions where the ground level is like 167 kilometers from the core. So that's like 13 kilometers difference right there. And when you're in the SRV above the ground, that might make the difference, because I'm still not sure if the exclusion zone where you lose control of your SRV is like relative to, you know, a sphere around the planet or relative to the terrain. I'm not quite certain about that. So yeah, that's kind of what we're testing right now, what we're trying to figure out, how to get a stable orbit around a planet in the SRV, because, you know, reasons.
How's your tool holding up? Is it?
I didn't start it yet, but I'll have to do soon because I'm coming up to the 0 longitude. Thanks for reminding me. I'll do that in just, just when we come up to 0. We're at -6 now. -5.5. -5. So just in a few seconds here, I'll start the tool up, and you should be able to see it going. I'll actually have to switch over here so I can see it myself.
Commander Red Crow, with 3304, the human race continue to try and do dumb and dangerous things just because they can. Correct.
Tool is going. So we currently have an average speed, it's leveling out because I started it a few seconds late there, 760, 740-ish. So that should be around about our speed right now. So what I have to do now is try to stay as low to the ground as I can without running the risk of hitting it, because I also don't want to fly away from the planet and then see what speed we end up with. I'm still not sure if the orientation of the SRV actually has an effect as well. If I go horizontally, if it has like more downforce than when I point the SRV straight down, for example. So many things to figure out, so many variables. But so far so good. We currently have an average speed of 671 kilometers an hour.
What's your altitude?
Varying. Currently 1.2 kilometers above ground, but you know the terrain changes quite rapidly below me. I see you up ahead. You dropped right.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get myself so that I shouldn't be in your way.
No, you're off to the right-hand side of me.
Good,
so...
good. Because I'm hoping that you're gonna pass by really kind of, well, I'm hoping nice and close, so people will see you go by. There it goes. Meow.
Yeah, I saw your ship there. Awesome.
So Jasper, is there a practical use of this?
Nope.
No, just no.
It's shenanigans. What do you think? Of course, there's no practical use. Well, unless you want to set a speed record for a planetary circumnavigation, because let me tell you that much, unless you're in Super Cruise, you cannot do it faster. You will not be able to do it faster in a ship, I'm pretty sure. Because no ship goes fast enough. In an Eagle, for example, even if it goes like 900 meters a second, you would have to like constantly point your ship towards the planet to not fly off into space. And I think, if I think the thrusters work how I think they do, then you might be able to go even way faster than 900 meters a second and still stay in orbit around this planet. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. So we're very slowly picking up some speed. We're at 680 meters a second now. There's vortex in the wing. It's very hard to estimate like how quickly I will drop towards the ground ahead of me and how high I have to stay to clear it without launching myself off into space.
And you've got a bit of bumpy terrain coming up.
It's not actually the bumps that worry me so much. I think I can roughly guess that I will clear them. It's if there's a big like gauge or gauge behind it that I might suddenly be like 11 kilometers up in the air, up in space rather.
Let's see if Vortex can keep up with you.
Well, currently I'm not going so ridiculously fast, so he should still be able to keep up. I'm around 700 meters a second now. But I think I'm currently like going upwards as well. I think I'm flying over a mountain range right now, so we'll see how it looks on the other side of it.
Tool working?
Tool working, yep. We're going 4 minutes now and 690 meters a second average.
Oh god, it's ridiculous.
And we already cleared 16% of the planet. Gaining quite a bit of height now. I'm gonna slow down and see if I can come down a bit more again.
Shiv, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, buds. Jasper, no, haven't tried the ship launch fighter. Only problem with the ship launch fighter, and this is something I will say, is because I've flown a ship launch fighter from one planet to another one. Which is a thing. It's a weird thing, and it looks really bloody messy when you do it, but it is a thing. The problem is that you can only get 30 kilometers away from your mothership before your SLF blows up. So that's something that you kind of have to bear in mind.
By the way, that speed that the tool displays is ground speed. My speed up here is actually a bit higher. It's basically the speed if I was exactly 167 kilometers away from the planet's core, which I'm pretty sure I'm not currently. I'm either closer or farther away, so it's not precise, but it should give us a rough idea. Uh-oh, there is a bit of a mound coming up. Let's try to clear that.
Hello there.
Now, ooh, I don't think I'm in the same instance as you. No, am I? No,
I see someone next to me. Must be Vortex then.
Yeah, that's Vortex.
I think he's keeping up. Don't see him though.
Now, in chat we've got Job saying he's got 200 mil for a Thargoid ship. What should you get? A crate, I think, is a good thing to go for.
You mean an anti-Thargoid chip?
Yeah, or an actual Thargoid ship. I'd buy Hydra. Have a Hydra.
I'm in. Give me one as well. Oh, I see you up ahead.
Yeah, he just dropped into instance.
I'm going 715, 720 now, roughly. So get ready for a quick flyby. I should clear you on your left-hand side.
Hello there.
Yeah. Yeah, so Job, what you want to do is you want to go for I'd say a crate. If 200 mil is all you've got, a crate, you can do some decent outfitting with that, and you probably want to go for Guardian weaponry in particular. Your best bet is probably to go for I think make use of those shard cannons. Yeah, potent. Make use of the shard cannons and do some premium ammo and just blitz it.
Thanks for the sub, Pro Rock. Alright, so I think I'm not doing too much boosting anymore. I think I'm clearing this terrain as is for now, but again, I'm only 30% around the planet.
Within. That was close. Vortex is probably like, oh my god, you idiot! So.
Hey, Fright Cassowary, thanks for the sub.
What's going to do slamming a Thargoid earlier with shard cannons lasted seconds? That could have been Pro Rock actually, Alan. Pro Rock managed to kill a Thargoid with 4 shard cannons with premium reloads and just shredded it like it was nothing,
yeah.
Without taking any damage, which is obscene. Which is like,
oh god, the subs are just rolling in now. I'm sorry if I can't quite keep up, guys. I think it was the Dagfather and Mike's CVA just then. Somebody must have shared my stream or something.
Yeah, I don't know who did that.
Oh, we have the star rising above the horizon now. It's gonna make it hard to see stuff. I don't appreciate.
I'm gonna butcher your name, but I'm gonna call you Pike or PK. I'm gonna butcher it. You've got an ASP Explorer with 930,000 credits. You don't have any weapons or anything. What would be the best way to make some money back? Well, the good news is you're in an ASP Explorer, so road to riches. Literally, just have a Google or go to Spanch. Is it Spanch.com? Spanch?
Couldn't
Whatever
tell you.
it's called. Hang on, I'll grab the thing for you. There you go. Yeah, so it's spanch.co.uk, right? And this will make you, there we go, a ton of money. So a link just got into chat there. So take a look at that. That is a great way. That will basically plot you the most efficient way to make some money. Apart from YouTube chat, it's just disconnected. Oh dear. Good old YouTubes.
I'm just sailing across the planet's surface in my SRV here, as you do, at 740 meters a second. Unfortunately, I can't claim to be the fastest object ever, Even if I were to soon succeed like 900 and whatever many meters a second a Imperial Eagle or Courier manage fully fitted out for speed. Because there is the... What was the event called? These guys that did these suicidal drops on the high G planets, where you basically would drop from a certain height and try to recover without dying, and seeing what your max top speed will be.
I have no clue. That.
And I think they literally went thousands of meters a second. So I doubt I will ever reach that here on this planet. But hey, I'm in orbit around the planet in an SRV.
Yeah, you got some really bumpy terrain coming up on this side.
I think it's fair to say, or fair to claim, that I'm the fastest SRV right now that has ever been in Elite Dangerous. So that's something, I guess.
Yeah, I think you could probably say that. You'd be able to have that.
Premium reloads are reloads of ammunition for your, ammunition using guns that give you some bonuses on damage. I think it's like 15 and 30%, am I right? Something along those lines.
You
basically use materials to synthesize ammunition, and that ammunition does some more damage if you go for the standard or premium synthesis.
Now, everyone who's watching my stream, you can see the speed which Grey's coming towards me, because I've got you selected. And yeah, every second it's 900 meters basically ticking.
Oh yeah, actually right. So my tool is actually off by quite a bit. Look at that. If I point my SRV in the actual direction that I'm going, I'm currently at 904 meters a second. So I'm already going quite significantly fast right now. So my tool, yeah, again, that's the surface velocity. That's not an exact readout. I didn't think it would be that far off, but apparently it is.
You've been around half the planet.
Yes, 54% currently.
That is insane.
in 12 minutes.
Actually, Vortex, I can see both of you in the same instance. Greytest is just
I can
30
see both of
kilometers
you.
ahead.
Well, oh, who's that? I see a shadow. Oh, that's an NPC above me. What did he just say?
What? Wait, what?
A vortex in wing.
Oh, just saying you just dropped back into instance.
I was gonna say, Captain Pip, interesting that you bring up Scott Manley, because I actually had a chat with Scott Manley several months back about getting an SRV into actual orbit. You know, what I'm doing right now. Back then we tried it on, I think it was Enceladus in Sol, which is a very tiny icy planet with very low gravity that has some geysers on it. So we were basically trying to use those geysers as like a launching ramp to get us very high up, and then yeah, get enough horizontal velocity to stay in orbit. But that didn't work out because, you know, you didn't get enough height and enough air time to actually achieve these velocities. But with that lift that the Plater gave me at the beginning, I think it might now be possible. So I'll certainly boop Scott Manley about this if I'm successful.
The fact you're over halfway already, I think that probably says a lot. You're well over halfway, coming up to
again, if anybody has like one of these really fast ships, please go ahead and try to do a circumnavigation on this planet in normal cruise along the equator, in normal space basically, and see how quick you can be. One complete you know, one complete tour around would be very interesting to me. I think I have overdone it just a little bit. I'm gaining a lot of height right now, so I'll not do anything for now, but this might be exactly the same thing that happened to me during the training, during the first try.
Oh yeah, your height's an issue, isn't it?
Because I think up here, currently you don't see it, but the gravity also slightly, you know, decays. And that works against me right now, basically. I'm losing the grip of the planet more and more. But then again, I'll just try to stay in orbit, because again, this is a potato. The ground below me might just drop away currently. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Now,
we'll see.
Question in chat: does this count as your meters travelled for SRV on your stats?
If you take a look over here, of course, we have in my statistics also the run I did earlier. So let's go down to exploration. There it is. So my current SRV distance traveled is 13.1 megameters, and if you guys followed me on my circumnavigation earlier today, you know that this should be at 12.2 or 12.3 just from that circumnavigation. And yes, it does count, because it doesn't make a difference if I'm just hovering above the ground, you know, while thrusting, or if I'm hovering like currently 16 kilometers up above the ground. Doesn't make a difference to the game, so yes, it does count. I will say though, I didn't make too many of those megameters doing this. The test run was just a few hundred kilometers. But yes, this does count, and it's probably the most ridiculous way to bump that number up. I did get up to like 11 megameters though, or 10.5 megameters without doing any of this sort of shenanigans here. So okay, the ground is slowly coming towards me again. We're down to 15 kilometers again, so I still might be in orbit. Well, we'll see. I'll just not do anything, and we're at 78% around the planet already.
All that matters is that it hits 100%, and then you've done it, and then no one can take
Well,
that
it
from
won't
you.
hit 100% because I'm going way too fast for my tool to register. But we'll just have to take a snapshot of the screen of the stream just before I hit the zero longitude, and then we'll at least still see the average speed and the elapsed time for one complete tour around the planet. Oh, I see you up ahead.
Yep. It's me lurking.
Wow, that was way too close, Tato Chip. That was way too close for comfort.
Evening Oxy, hey, how you doing, bud?
But yeah, Tato Chip is keeping up with me. I think. How fast is your ship, Tato Chip? I think he's going exactly my speed when he boosts. My current speed is around, let's see, 828 right now. So I did slow down again, which is fair enough, because again, this is a potato, so it's not a completely perfectly round orbit that I'm currently in. And I also don't currently know how these thrusters on the SRV that are basically always pulling me down constantly are affecting that in, you know, in which ways.
Is this going to be the new buckyball then? That's an interesting idea. Or the SRV planetary challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cheating. I mean, you would have to allow ship assistance in the rules to do this, because you can't really get up to this height or speed without a boost from a ship. But if that's allowed, I guess it could be its own separate, like, you know, discipline. I mean, imagine this. If I need your help, guys, in chat. What is the quickest ship that you can come up with, you know, fully engineered and everything, that still has a very flat surface, either on the belly or on the top of the ship? You know, it needs to be a surface that is the hitbox of which, that's the important part, the hitbox of this surface must be perfectly aligned to the flight direction of the ship. What is the fastest one you can come up with? I'm curious. Because I had a hard time thinking about them. I think the Courier's belly might be quite flat. I'm not sure if that's big enough, though. Would certainly be worth a try, though, because what that also means is you could potentially do this on a lot bigger planet with a bit higher gravity and still be able to get into orbit like I'm doing right now. You would probably go several thousand meters a second to stay in orbit there, but it might just work out if you have a really fast ship to boost you.
Now, Jasper, you couldn't use the mass lock of a craft to counter the effects of the planet's gravity. It doesn't work that way. The ships in Elite Dangerous only exert a gravitational force when you're trying to jump out low wake. So that's that. That's the answer to
By the way, Plater, you don't have to stick around if you want to get started on your bounty hunting. You can take off already. I'll just see what this ends up with.
Well, I mean, considering we are literally seconds away from you being done, aren't we? So
that's true. Yeah, we should be about, I don't know, half a minute or so away from finishing this first lap. No, because the crate's hitbox is not flat, guys. That's the problem. Even though it looks flat on the top, the hitbox is not. If you try to drive an SRV on the surface of the crate, it actually has an inclination to it. That's the problem, and if that's the case, you will take horrendous amounts of damage once you go above a certain speed and you have an SRV on top of there. So that's not an option. It needs to be completely perfectly flat, like, for example, the belly of the Orca is, in terms of hitbox, not in terms of physical model.
Brandon, am I correct that you are now the first commander to launch a probe, I assume you mean SRV, into a planet's orbit? Yeah, I am the first person to launch one, but also, more importantly, we have the first pilot of said SRV.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good point. Sorry, I should have made. It needs to be non-boost speed, because I can't stay on a ship that boosts. So it needs to be cruise speed, you know, just full speed, full pips to engines. So Dunkle Aura says the Clipper with 458 meters a second cruise speed. That could work, I guess.
And also,
I'm not sure about the hitbox of the Clipper though, because I've never owned one or tried one.
I mean, are you not going to acknowledge the fact that you've actually done it? Is that not an important thing?
No, I totally missed that.
The important thing.
Did anyone catch what the final elapsed time and average speed around the planet was? You know, or just quickly scroll back in the stream and tell me what, you know, just before the 0 longitude mark, what the final readout was on the tool there. That would be awesome if you just type it in chat.
Okay, it's going to be 21 minutes and 25 seconds. That's not a bad speed, is it? 21 minutes and 25 seconds.
What's the average speed for that?
Average speed 816.46.
And I think I'm pretty sure I broke the tool now, because now it displays 57 meters a second currently as average speed, which cannot be right. I'm not even sure how that would be. I think I bugged something. That is certainly not correct.
Well, I'm gonna make my way over to Ploid Space and get ready to jump into.
I'll follow you as soon as I can.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys. Thanks for the info in chat.
What are you gonna do? It's like,
I don't know. Like, I have 2 options, or 3 options, I guess. Either I speed up and just try to set another speed record and get to as fast a speed as I can in the SRV here in orbit, and then probably launch myself off into space, because, you know, that's what happens. Or the alternative would be I try to land, basically let my velocity decay, if that's even possible. I don't know if I'm even able to get back down again, or if I have to actively brake and try to slow my orbital velocity down and try that. That might work. Or the third option, which is probably boring but might actually grant me coming out of this alive, is logging out, logging back in again, because that will arrest all my velocity, or it should at least, I think it should, and then I can just slowly glide down to the planet's surface and hopefully not die if I'm like doing this when I'm just above the terrain, basically. So, okay. Mike CBA in my chat is firmly for trying to land it.
I mean, do you think you better do it?
Not at these kind of speeds. Like every oh so little bump, like it doesn't even have to be a mountain. Like every unevenness in the terrain will just instantly kill me, because the suspension it just can't buffer that away at these speeds. And it's even more likely that I'll just hit the ground at very high speeds and die regardless.
Sam in chat here has suggested that you launch into space and then call the fuel rats.
Well, all they could do is try to bump me back down to the planet, what Plater did last time, but that usually grants you with quite the heavy impact at the end as well, so
Yeah.
hard to survive that either. And it's not impossible, certainly it's just random if you survive it or not really. You can do a little bit to improve your chances, but that's about it. I do have to say I love how I'm skimming just above the surface here. It's so cool. Like I'm often below a kilometer above the surface at like what, 800, 900 meters a second? Yeah,
Not
almost
bad.
900.
Oh, Yamix, hello, how you doing? He's popped into chat, and thank you for the host, Yamix. His entry was, woo, wankers! Well,
Oh, by the way, I know why my tool doesn't display the correct amount, because the time didn't restart. I would have to implement like a lap time into that tool. Currently, it basically takes my whole time of the whole circumnavigation into account, but only the distance of the last lap. So that's why
Right.
the difference is there. So let me just restart. Or yeah, that probably doesn't work. That'll completely restart it. I'll just shut it down for now.
so how did Greytest end up? What time? Well, the SRV orbit was 21 minutes and, what did I say, 25 seconds around, which is absolutely bonkers, for lack of a better word. Yeah. Totally bizarre. Totally bizarre thing to do. Proud to be part of another ridiculous SRV. thing.
Shenanigans! Yes!
Top shenanigans. Solidly shenanigized.
I live for this stuff. I absolutely adore it. It's the Rockward way of life.
And real time. What?
If you refer to the actual circumnavigation that I did previously on the first stream, that took me a good 6.5 hours. You know, without a ship boost and being in orbit afterwards, just driving across the planet's surface.
Which is better than the what was it, 11 hours you prepared for?
Yeah, I completely misestimate that, like completely off. I calculated that estimate with 25 meters a second on average, with some leeway, and I ended up doing 44.5 meters a second on average. So yeah, that's why I was way quicker.
Hunter, welcome to the stream. What have you missed? You've missed Greytest managing to fly an SRV around a planet in 21 minutes. That's a pretty big thing in my mind. Just saying.
I think it's fair to say this is a first, at least. If nothing else, this is a first, and I'm probably also the fastest SRV right now ever to exist, so yay! 2 things I can claim, or I should be able to claim.
They need to Hunter's 20 minutes. Took him hours earlier on. yeah it did.
I wonder what happens
Oh no, here we go.
if I recall my ship. Let's see.
Oh god.
Because from the point it drops out, I should be out of its range a couple of seconds later already again. So like 3 seconds after it drops on me, I should be out of range and it should basically take off again.
Yeah.
And it cannot follow me because it's not fast enough. So I'm curious what happens.
Sam's saying this is where you get wrecked by your own ship.
Yeah, probably. That's a possibility.
And actually, yeah.
So brace everyone, because it's about to drop on us.
Now, Truex is saying that you're officially the fastest unengineered ship in Elite Dangerous.
Yes, good point. I agree.
The
No,
fastest
that's not true.
non-boost.
Because again, keep in mind, you can do this like suicide braking, dropping thingy on high G planets with an unengineered ship, no problem. And they go really fast. depending on from how high they drop. I don't know the rules around that stuff, and I don't know the official name right now either. Maybe in chat someone can help out. But they go, like, again, thousands of meters a second. So I think I can beat those guys. But again, it's the fastest SRV yet. Captain Pips says not the fastest. Why not? Let me know. I were beaten a year ago. Please tell me more. I'm curious. I'm really curious. I won't claim anything that's not true. A commander going 1,300 meters a second in an SRV. How did he achieve that? Can you link me something, or can you tell me more about how that happened, or how they achieved that? I'm really curious, because I didn't hear about that. Did they also do an orbit? Because if that's the case, I completely missed that, and I guess this is nothing special after all. I did hear about that story, Alan Robert, that they managed to get an SRV into the mail slot of a station. I did hear about that story. I wasn't aware though that they set a speed record doing that as well.
I mean, that's fantastic though, isn't it?
And that's quite the achievement, because to achieve that you have to be super precise. I think they did this by bumping the commander in the right direction. So and you've experienced how hard that is to get a good bump off, like a precise bump in the right direction on an SRV in space.
It's difficult.
So that was quite the achievement. I'm super impressed by that as well, certainly.
Yeah, Hunter, YouTube chat isn't working on stream for some reason. I think it's the updates to Chrome that have thrown it a little bit wobbly. I'm not worrying about it too much though. It's alright.
Yeah, I guess I will just keep stand. I didn't even see my ship drop on me, by the way.
Oh.
Let's try again. I think it drops so far behind me that it doesn't even instance with me.
Yeah, that would probably be what happened, because you're outpacing it, so... Oh no.
Yeah, what is it then, Captain Pip? Let me know. Well, what is it you're referring to? That's that speed record of 1,300. I'll check my... What is DC? Discord? I'll check that soon. I can't right now, but if you've sent me something there, I'll check it out. Appreciate it, mate. Really do.
Might crash Anaconda a little bit. Oops. Here you go. A Scorpius raid. Everyone said hashtag blame Scorpius. A Scorpius raid. Hey Scorp, how you doing?
Lovely.
Kurikenshi, what sparks? Don't we talk about, mate? I did not crash my Anaconda. Didn't happen.
Alan Robert, I think you greatly underestimate the distances involved in a solar system. Even if I gathered like a lot of speed here and then launched myself off the planet, it would literally take weeks, months, maybe even days to even clear like the closest planet or you know, the solar system as a whole, because again we're talking several hundreds if not thousands of light seconds distance in between the planets. So a light second is quite a bit of distance. Even if you go like 1,000 meters a second, that's gonna take a while. So no. But if you think about it, I'm going 911 meters a second. Let's just say I'm going roughly 1,000 meters a second. That's 1 kilometer a second. That's 1/300,000th of the speed of light. That's not bad.
Good night, Commander Nemesis. Thank you for dropping in. I'm impressed though.
Nuki Mr. Smith. That name does sound familiar. I'll have to check that out. Thank you.
What happened to using AU? Shiv? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we only use AUs for orbital distances, right? We travel at light speeds.
Yeah.
AU is useless. Is it though?
Well, you would have to convert it. With light seconds, you can directly calculate distance and speed stuff if you know the speed of light, and you have the time right in there, you know, light seconds. So I think it's a more handy unit to work with if you're actually trying to figure out like time to destination or something like that. But that's a good challenge. If Nuki Mr. Smith actually managed to go 1,300 meters a second, I will set out, once I've got my PC set up again, I will set out to break that record. I will find a planet where I can actually go faster than that and still stay in orbit.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. I shall not be beaten by a Mr. Nuki Mr. Smith. But I'm glad to know that I'm not the only idiot who tries stuff like this. It's very soothing. So if we check our statistics again, yeah, we're up to 13.8 megameters now. So yes, it definitely does count. And yes, it's a very cheesy way to get that number up. But in the end, there's nothing attached to that number, so it doesn't mean much. Actually quite sad, because that will just mean that I can't brag with that number anymore because it's inflated. I can only brag with actually managing to crack the 10 megameters without doing any of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, I'm on 3.63 megameters, which I didn't
that's
realize
already considerable.
Yeah, that's
But what sort of planet activity did you do? Did you only look for materials, or did you do anything else?
It is literally, I mean, I've done, yeah, essentially material grinding. That's really going to be it.
Jeez.
What else have I done? I see.
Because you have to
I've
keep
been
in
around.
mind, I did a lot of rock ratting during Distant Worlds, and that's where the majority of the first 6 or 7 megameters came from.
Yeah, I think technetium is probably the reason why.
Ah, I see. Okay.
The internet is made up of people trying idiotic things, isn't it? The other half is made up of people watching them. Seems right. Hey Nuke, thank you very much for the donation, buddy. Much appreciated.
We do have the zero longitude coming up again, so I will fire up my program once more and see if we can take another proper lap of the whole thing. But that's gonna be my last lap, and then I will join Plater over in Ploid space to do some bounty hunting.
Yeah, we're going to head over to total dense moment where I can't remember which system I was going to be going to. But you know what? You'll see. You'll see where I am. Because you'll see the ring signal. I'm going to shoot some people, blow them up, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
Shrew. We're going to go to Shrew. That's it. Yes, Vortex. Vortex put it in there just as I said it. Yeah, Shrew. That's exactly what I meant to say. Your program's not working, is it?
I should try and see if I can get an SRV on the spinning wheel of a station. Awesome idea. I like the shenanigan aspect of that. But again, it is no easy feat by any means to get an SRV even into the instance of a station. Like even within 1,000 kilometers, which is I think where it starts rendering for you and you're basically in the station's space. Even like aiming for that 1,000 kilometer radius bubble is significantly difficult. But I might look into it. Like if there's a planet with a station orbiting really low and it's a landable planet, it might be doable after all. Because again, you can try to take the SRV into space with the ship, and then you just have to make sure it's actually gonna hit the station's influence zone. And once you're there, you need somebody to actually like slow you down, because again, as long as you're in space, you have no control over your SRV on your own whatsoever. You're dependent on other people bumping you around. So even if I were to get on the ring of a station, I couldn't like drive on it, unfortunately. Because again, you can't use your wheels, your steering, or you can use your thrusters, but they don't do anything. Like they don't exert any force on your SRV in space for whatever reason. There's like this weird exclusion zone where you just start floating in one direction, and that's it. You can see that on my first stream where I jumped to a different planet. It's like 20 or 23 kilometers up from the planet's surface, I think, and you just start floating. Can't do anything on your own anymore. And you also are not affected by the planet's gravity anymore, so you just go in a straight line with constant speed.
Now, Nick, yeah, that is right. Restream is not showing YouTube chat because it's being a derp. That's it.
And go. Okay, program is running again. I think I caught that quite well, only like a second late. So this should give us a good... Oh no, I'm in space. There you go. You just witnessed it, boys. So I can abort that right away, because I got too high, and now you can see the indicator on the HUD. I'm tilting up and down. It doesn't do anything. I thrust. It doesn't do anything. My height shows -1 meter, minus 1 meter right there, and my speed is staying constant. I can't turn. I can steer my wheels, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't roll me. So game over, boys. Game over. I will now just float into infinity and
beyond.
Be lost forever. Yeah, and beyond. So that's unfortunate. I might have just gotten a little bit too much height there from that mound I had to clear earlier. Oh well. Valiant effort though. So even if I relog now, I wouldn't drop back down to the planet because I'm not influenced by its gravity anymore. I would just stand still here above the planet's surface and do nothing. Nice knowing ya. Yeah, I'm basically done for now. I will keep going for a while though, just out of interest if there's anything interesting. But I'm pretty sure I will just leave the planet's influence zone at some point. So the planet will bugger off into whatever direction it's going in the orbit around this gas giant, and I will be left behind. Would be interesting though if I could do this for 6 hours straight, or no, I would have to do it for like 9 hours straight, just floating here in space, and I was aligned well enough along the planet's, the moon's path of the orbit around the gas giant, that I could basically wait for this moon to come all the way around, because it's orbiting this this gas giant in 0.4 days, so which is, you know, around 9 hours or something. So I could stay here, and in 9 hours the planet would basically hit me again. I doubt though it would change anything unless my trajectory points into the planet and I go towards it again. I might just as well miss it though, so there's no guarantee this will work.
Now, see, now what I want to see is I want to see hit a gas giant. I want to see if that's possible.
Oh, by the way, my ship is still approaching. I can't recall it because it still says it's approaching. So it's some. Whoa, my SRV just buggered off. Basically somewhere down below there, somewhere. Yeah, you can't even see it. So we left that behind, but it didn't despawn, it's still instanced with me. If you see it on my radar, it's like somewhere below me, behind me. And I can't dismiss it either.
I appreciate that if they're suggesting it's the... so what was the insurance claim? Yeah, planet hit me.
Yeah.
Greytest is proposing the Mitterrand Hollow solution.
What?
Yeah. If you were to do that at Mitterrand Hollow, Yeah, the fastest moon in the league.
Look, I can make my SRV look like it's driving on the planet. No, why is it blurring again? Go away, stupid blur.
Because that's what happens.
That does look awesome, though.
Right. There's me thinking, oh, I know, I'll grab my Corvette and I'll come out and I'll go for a fly around. Wow, apparently it was completely unequipped. Oops.
So yeah, we're up to 14.1 megameters now. SRV distance traveled. We basically did another whole 2 circumnavigations. Oh well. Alright then, I guess the only way out of here is...
You're gonna have to self-destruct, aren't you?
Yep. Oh no! Oh no! Whatever will I do? I will die! And respawn on my ship. I will die!
That's because the good thing is, you know, you're just telepresent in, so it doesn't matter.
Abort! Abort! I don't want anymore! Farewell, guys. I done my best, but I failed. Oh, I kinda did. That was a fast explosion. That buggered off real quick, and I'm in my ship currently 166 kilometers above the surface. It actually tried to follow me. How funny is that?
That just shows how ridiculous things can be.
It actually tried to keep up with me, but failed ridiculously. Alright, let me come over to your location, have some fun.
Okay.
Enough life support for what, Robert? Okay, hold on. He said, actually go back to my utterly stupid question earlier, thinking how long it would take you to go properly interplanetary using an SRV. I did that. I jumped from one planet to another one in the SRV. You don't need life support because keep in mind that you have infinite oxygen in your SRV as long as you can keep your fuel up. So it just depends on how many fuel refills you have. And just let me tell you, those fuel refills, if you turn most of your modules off, will last you for days, if not weeks, if you have enough of them. So you're good there, I'm pretty sure. So you guys are in Shinraja?
Currently, then we'll be heading over to Sharu. I'm just sorting my ship out.
How do you spell that?
SHEROO.
Sure. Making my way over there. I have to admit, I don't think I've ever been in employed space before.
Heretic.
Hey, Roxy.
Hey, Oxy.
What's going on, guys?
I know, it's horrible. I'm sorry.
I mean, the good news is we don't have many rules, so.
I might have been in Hilla before, but I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you should have been for the 24-hour stream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was. Hunter, I'm using GemFX. It's a post-processing filter that makes everything look more bright, more colorful, more contrasty and gloomy and lens flary and stuff like that.
Gave it the J.J. Abrams effect.
Exactly. It's the J.J. Abrams overhaul.
Twin Merlin, thank you. That's what I'm going to say to that. Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot what the whole purpose of me logging in was supposed to be. I was going to check my SRV and see how far I'd actually driven.
That's all why you logged in? Ship. You can jump now. Ship. My FSD is fully charged, but it's not jumping. What is going on?
I mean, you are aligned, right?
I am perfectly aligned. I have full throttle, but it's not jumping. What is going on? Page.
That's broken.
Here we are.
Support, please.
Please hip.
I never had that before. In my thousands of hours of Elite Dangerous, I never had this kind of bug.
It's a special
Does
one.
anybody have a clue?
Not a clue.
Yeah, Greytest he's broken hyperspace.
I'll try charging it again, though I really would like to see if like anything happens at all here. I mean, it's on stream, so I guess let's try again. That was weird. Yeah, ship is mourning the loss of the SRV, that's true. It was tragic. It tried to save it, but it failed.
4.04 megameters.
Okay, Vortex says that he had that bug as well, and I have it again. What? Am I not allowed to jump to Kokoto?
Guess you're not.
Like, I never had this bug before. Is this something new that they introduced with a patch recently, or what is going on here?
Well,
Let's try again.
Introduce this new feature.
It shouldn't be out of range. Let me check. My jump range is 36.04, and that's 34.5 away, so it should easily be able to get there. But it doesn't jump. Wiggle around. I can try that. Let's see if the align. Oh! Now it says align with target destination. Let's see if that helps. Nope. It did. It started the sound of the countdown there for a second, but it's still not jumping.
Oh dear.
What is going on?
Apparently, if you're unable to jump for more than 4 hours, you should see a space doctor.
I'm in Super Cruise Social Hazard. I can't boost.
Okay,
I'll try.
Drop down and
I'll
then.
try once more. I'll try once more, actually pointing off the target and charging, and then going into it. And if that doesn't work, I'll have to relog. Super awkward. Nope, no cigar. Let's... Oh, I have another idea what we can try. Let's slow down all the way. Abort the charge. Drop to normal space and try from there. The last chance I'll give the game. Nope. Okay, of course I have to dismiss my target for that. Yes. I cannot drop to normal space. What is going on? Am I stuck in Super Cruise forever now?
That's it. You can never leave it.
It says no destination lock, dropping at current location, but it doesn't drop. It doesn't do anything. It just stays in Super Cruise.
Oh god.
And
you're gonna have to log back to the main menu. It'll drop you out.
No, my target system is gone now. Oh no, it's there again. I'll give it one more go, but I'll probably have to relog. Weird. I've entered the Twilight Zone. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, it's still not happening. So let's log.
Or you've inadvertently run into Rexla.
Don't do that, Oxy. Don't say, because that's just not gonna happen, is it?
I cannot log out. I cannot get into the main menu.
Oh no, Greytest is about to combat log on Super Cruise.
What? Do I literally have to kill the process now to end the game to be able to fix this bug, or what is going on here?
Sounds like it.
If it won't let you go back to the main menu, yeah.
I have to combat log on the game. Alt F4 doesn't actually work in Elite Dangerous, guys. I have to actually go into the task manager and try to kill it there. Let's see if that works.
No, Greytest, you told everyone how to combat log. Can't believe you did that. Now, Colin Pratt, thank you very much for the good luck wish. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting experience all round, I am sure. What I'm up to now is I'm just going to do a bit of bounty hunting for a little bit, maybe half hour bounty hunting, and then try and get some sleep. You know, because it'll be fine. Oh my god, Greytest, what on earth is wrong with your desktop?
It messed it up recently. I know it's overloaded regardless, but those icons were actually sorted just a week ago.
Why are they
but
so
then
spread out?
Just after one random restart, suddenly my PC decided it has to resort all my icons on my desktop for some reason. I don't know why it did that, but I was too lazy to do anything about it. And that's why it looks so messy right now. It is a cool background. I don't have the name of the commander who created it at hand right now. I'm very sorry for that. But yes, it came from the community. Somebody posted that somewhere on Twitter, I think. And it's an awesome screenshot, awesome wallpaper that's basically a combination of all types of stars in the game merged into one, and I love it to bits. So let's see if I'm now allowed to actually jump to Ploid space. Oh, that's a good idea, actually, Turgeon. I could have flown into the star or into a planet to drop me from Super Cruise. Ah, god damn it! I should have tried that. So let's see. It should replot the route for me. There we go. Please, game, let me jump. I would really appreciate that. Success! Yes!
Alan, disco lasers, yeah! It's all about purple lasers. You gotta go purple. If you're gonna do laser colours, definitely purple is the way to do it, in my opinion.
I went with red.
Yeah,
you know.
You're wrong. Wrong.
But it fits my thrusters.
Then you should have had purple thrusters. That's the way it goes. This is why I've got purple and purple. For a minute there I thought this guy's name was Whore Rider, but it's not. It's Who Rider. And I was like, Whore Rider? That's a bit of a risque name for an NPC in Elite Dangerous. They say a partial to green. Ah, Alan. Science. That's the problem. Can't bring science into Elite Dangerous. It just doesn't work that way. Why do my lasers look like Kylo Ren's lightsaber? Well, interesting point. So the reason why they look how they do is because they have got regen sequence on as an effect, and that changes what your beams look like.
Are you saying you can put secondary effects on your beam and that changes how it looks?
That is literally what I'm saying.
What happens if you cross them?
Never cross the beams. It's not what you do. Oh, Alan, you've got a doctorate in chemistry, so you bring science into everything. Ah.
Science, man!
That's fair. Technically, science is in everything that we do. So. Purple thruster sounds like something you'd find in an adult toy shop. Matthew, thank you for bringing it back down to a more comfortable level for me.
I mean, but he's not wrong, though.
No, he's not wrong.
Yeah, and also, of course, launching an SRV into orbit was also, you know, just science. All it was about.
Yeah, that's true.
He said science is in everything.
Show me the target, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Right.
Thanks for sticking around, guys. Even though we're not doing any SRV shenanigans anymore, but I think some pew pew is also appreciated from time to time.
A bit of both. It's all about doing both if you can.
Balanced.
Why? Please, FDev, why can I not lock onto a wing target when it's dropped? Like, I would love to be able to select Plater right now up there in my wing icon, just with my 7 key, that's what it's bound default to, and then be able to engage Wingman Navlock by just hitting the key that is assigned to that. No, that only works if they're still in Super Cruise with me.
I don't know what to tell you, mate.
God damn it. Guess it's to avoid any instancing issues. They make it hard for you to actually try to use that feature. Because if I go up here and go to, you know, Plater and engage Wingman Lavnock, that actually works.
Oh, sometimes.
It did this time around, so fair enough, I guess. So what we have? Who do we shoot?
Who do we shoot? Anyone who's wanted. Totally fine.
Excellent. I'm up for that. He's wanted. Let's launch the fighter. Let's go with the Lance. That works for me. Let's get some training on the fighter pilot.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Boop. Ah. Give him a good old ram. Hunter, if you want in, please do. Alan, do I want a coffee? No thanks, it's a little bit late for coffee. I do sometimes drink coffee. But it's too late.
Bean water.
Too late at night. Bean water.
Well, that's what it is.
What? Yeah, and water's just dinosaur pee. What do you want to say? There you go.
He dead.
It's like, kill them all. Kill them all.
Purge them!
Non-believers! They have not seen the truth of Zen, that's why. Echo Spark saying honey is bee poop. Yeah, it is. It's like you catch more bees with honey. You don't catch any bees with honey. That's just not how it works. You don't use honey to catch bees. There are people that say that, just so you know.
Any new targets on the horizon?
Yeah, David Third.
Alright, let me target your target.
Twin Merlin, you're a senior nurse working in a good old NHS, 28 years service, know a thing or two. If I need any advice, I will let you know. My brother is also a nurse. He actually, he was an A&E nurse over here, and then he moved over to New Zealand, where he is still an A&E nurse. But he was a nurse practitioner, which, as most people know, it's the highest you get as when it comes to being a nurse. He, of course, has no clue how to handle any of this, because none of us do. But I appreciate the offer.
Hop! Did I bring my limpets along, by any chance? No, of course not.
Oh, so many engineering materials.
God damn it. Being inefficient again. Ugh.
Roger. Keep the target in your sights, Commander.
Who's up next? Minor, not interested. Dudley Minor, really? Of course.
Got a Mark Brandis.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Oh yeah, I've got A-rated long-range sensors on this thing. Because, you know, It was built for one purpose and one purpose only. Extended periods of bounty hunting. And no, Theo, Greytest stopped, and then this is a different stream he started.
Nope.
He stopped for a bit earlier today, and then started.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I did stop I finished my normal circumnavigation of the planet a lot earlier than I expected, and this is a separate stream where we first tried or achieved orbit in an SRV, and now we're just out for some bounty hunting in Ploid space.
Roger. Focusing my fire on primary target.
Ah, see, Twin Merlin, that means that you get spotted for wearing a different uniform, and then people ask you loads of questions that you don't necessarily know the answer to just because you're wearing a different colour of the uniform. So, yeah.
Got him. Another one down.
You get the rough end of the business. Oh, God. Do you think anyone ever bought a clipper not to become a pirate?
No.
I just think about it.
I've never seen a clipper miner.
I mean, a clipper's only good for mining?
You could, I suppose, but
I mean, you wouldn't go through the
Kinda
rank
would be.
grind for it, would you?
Oh, come at me, bro. Missed the ram, goddammit.
That's because you got more drift than Tokyo.
Thanks for the subchain maker.
Mech Bean. Yeah. Literally that. It is what it is. It is what it says. See, that's how you do a ram, Greytest.
Didn't see it. Didn't happen.
That's alright. That's alright. I'm pretty sure some other people saw. Like, pretty sure. Pretty sure. Good.
Oh no, Sunshine, you're not running away.
They always charge like too late. Like what they should do is they should start charging their FSD as soon as their shields go down, or before
Did
their
you
shields
just
go down.
target and Ross there for a second?
Who?
I'm pretty sure you just targeted and Ross for a second there.
I don't think so. I don't know if I did.
Oh,
Didn't
yes.
see someone.
Let's see. Probably don't
Oh
have
look, Mark Brandis
so
is
not
back.
sure. Vec Buka. Mark Gray. He's wanted. Come on. Yes.
Scorb, my beams are purple. They're not pink. Just say that. It's not that pink is anything apart from just a colour, but they're definitely, that's purple. Pink is a little bit pinker. Ah, Shiv, Kung Fury is fantastic. The time traveling kung fu cop. Very interesting. At one point picks up a tank, hits someone with it, and says "Tank you."
Oh god.
What?
Have you not seen Kung Fury?
No.
That's probably where Josh got his Elite Dangerous, his EVE Online name from, because he's called Thank You in there.
Oh.
Spelled differently, but still.
Alan is asking, is the Clipper really best as a pirate ship? Prob's not. I mean, in my experience with piracy, especially PvP piracy, people just don't talk to you.
Target eliminated. This area is clear, Commander.
Thank you for the top up. Yeah, Antros. There's an Antros. He's clean.
Of course, we wouldn't want to have a dirty, wanted developer in here, right?
Of course not. Haven't found any of them.
Somebody's firing down there.
Yeah, Scorb knows Kung Fury. So Triceratops is a Triceratops and a police officer at the same time, and he's called Triceratops.
Oh god.
Commander Agnot, good night, buddy. Thank you very much for dropping in, and thank you as well. And suggesting that, so the paint colour, the beam colour, I'm watching Saturday morning anime show, aren't I? No, Turgeon, no you're not. I'm not nearly shouty enough for that. And Hacker Man, yeah, gonna hack you all the way back to the 1940s, yeah. They do go back in time to fight Hitler. After Hitler firing, yeah, he fires a gun down the phone in the police office. Like, I can't even begin to understand. Like, Hitler comes from the past. Does he come from the past into the future? And he fires. He like goes to a public phone box, and he fires. Yeah, he fires down the phone with a gun, and the phone thing is like picked up too much. Oh yeah, Shiv, and they do they he uses a power glove. That's right. So he uses a power glove, and also they hack him too far back in time, and they go back to the Viking times, and they meet Thor, and Thor comes down from the. Oh, this is bloody ridiculous, isn't it?
What is going on?
And yeah, so yeah, so he comes back from go back in time, and they meet they meet Thor, and they also meet some like really cool prehistoric dragon riding women. But it's like they're riding like giant iguanas or something.
This sounds like the best trash movie ever.
It is. It's actually, yeah. It's like, and Thor, nice pecs. And yeah, they compliment Thor on his pecs.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
No, there's no Jesus in it. They don't meet him.
No, but they need Jesus right about now.
Nah.
Oh God.
What, like to come and do some gardening work for them, or? Wait.
Why is my fighter not attacking anymore? Did it die, but it's still... It's bugged out? Probably, right? Let's see. Where is it even? I don't even see it. It says it's following me, but I don't see it anywhere around me. And it's not following orders anymore,
no,
which makes me think it's dead.
I can see it, unless it's hunters or nukes. Fighter, actually, I have no way of telling.
It's a trident.
Oh,
Should be.
Yeah, the second Kung Fu is in production, but it's got Michael Fassbender in, which I don't really understand. I don't know why they need to put someone completely different in it as Kung Fury. It just makes no sense. I personally believe the original Kung Fury was perfect. Oh yeah, Turgeon's right, after he gets attacked by laser raptors. Yeah, laser raptors.
What in the hell is this nonsense?
You just need to watch it.
Laser Raptors, freaking Hitler, Thor.
Oh, there's also
This
like
sounds
a
like the worst,
What just happened?
worst thing ever.
no best.
Whoa! I just had the craziest sound on my stream. I switched to my fighter that I couldn't find anymore. Apparently it's like miles away from me. I can't even find myself right now. Where's my ship? There it is.
That's a pretty deep statement.
But when I switched to the fighter, it made the weirdest noise. Why are you moving around? Ship. God damn. Stop, just stay still. Is this so hard? No. Apparently it doesn't want to do that.
But yeah, I 100% suggest people watch Kung Fury if you haven't, because they go. Oh yeah, they go back in time to fight the Kung Fuhrer. That's
Oh, no.
That's what they call him, the Kung Fuhrer. And I mean, at some point, there is a really awesome sideways scrolling scene, so a bit like Streets of Rage, and they absolutely nail it. The guy doing the fight scene and stuff. So
I'm gonna have to watch it now just so I can laugh at this.
Mm-hmm. Sounds fantastic.
Momoka, I can't ban everyone until they watch it,
Good job, Commander.
because I've got no way of verifying if they've watched it. That's the reason why, not just because it's totally ridiculous to ban people because they've watched a film. No, Lee, it doesn't sound bad. It's going to be good. It is just good. That's what I got for you.
Target destroyed. Scanning for more hostiles.
Momoka, no, I'm going to encourage people to watch it. And I'm going to say if you don't watch it, you're missing out. And if my little synopsis of it hasn't done it for you,
Hostiles. That must be
then you're really missing out. Also, at the same time, another film you should 100% watch is Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter.
What about Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter?
No, that's absolute shite compared to Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter. Because Jesus. Obviously, we're saying we need Jesus, so there you go. I'm going to talk about this film for a bit. It's the premise of the film is it is present day / the 90s, and because it was made in the 90s, and it. I'm not even sure if I can do this, you know. There are vampires that have like risen up, and what they're doing is these vampires are cutting the skin off of people and wearing it as their own skin so they can walk around in the daylight / save on budget for night vision cameras. And
How about just wearing clothes, for example? Like, but
well, they are, but they also I think they're lesbians too. I don't know. Anyway, so it's just like there's too many things going on really in this particular film.
That's the
Anyway,
impression I'm
so
getting, yeah.
also he has a kung fu fight. Jesus himself has a kung fu fight with some atheists in the park, because you know you've got to fight atheists in the park when you're Jesus. Using kung fu, and he spends most of his time wearing like a tracksuit. Then at one point, what they end up doing is they're fighting these vampires at the end, and him and a priest who is also a luchador, so that's a Mexican wrestler in case no one knows. They drop down and they start blessing the entire lake so they can fight them.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
So I'm just gonna find the trailer for everybody. Now, this person's going to wonder why on earth suddenly they've had so many views on their video in one go. But that's going into chat for both platforms. So this film I watched the first time after being at the pub and getting absolutely hammered with my friend, and we sat down, we ate a curry. The curry that I had was way too hot for me. It was jalfrezi. Pretty hit and miss with jalfrezi. Sometimes it could be far too hot. This one was. What can I tell you? But yeah, absolutely fantastic as far as films go. And there's randomly like this crazy homeless looking dude doing bits of scripture or something halfway through. Yeah.
Okay, question. Why does my fighter keep going off into a random direction on his own?
Have you got him to attack targets at will?
I direct him to attack targets on occasion, but he shouldn't just fly off. At least if I recall him, he should come back, because he's like 18 kilometers out from me right now.
Yeah, he probably should.
Something is seriously wrong with my game today.
So yeah, yeah, priest who's a luchador. Don't ask questions. Like literally, just don't. It's.
I can't even. I just watched that, and what the hell did I just see?
I feel like you're welcome. Should come into that.
Oh, where are you going? I just got into Shrew.
Oh, I was off to go and Spatula, dude, thank you very much. Bradford likes your vampire swagger, very sparkly. It's not the wrong type of vampire, but it's cool, man. Yeah, I'm off to go and hand in my first lot in Asetsi. Because, you know...
I'm about to boot my fighter for disobedience. What are you doing here, mate? Like, seriously.
She threatened to flog him.
Just gonna shoot him.
But yeah, the trailer for that movie is absolutely outstanding, and I will say that it's a unique film. I mean, I've watched a lot of bad films in my time, and that is really one of them.
Well, do we even have a station here?
We need to hand in Asetsi. That's the system you got to go to. It's 12 light years away.
Hold on. Got it targeted. I'm jumping.
Why is Jesus?
Very handy. Very handy if a wingmate has a target, you can just lock onto it.
Why does Jesus ride a moped? Because they're efficient in traffic and have a lower carbon footprint. Is that not the right answer?
I have nothing.
It's like, what do you say to that? It's like, I don't know. Because Jesus is an easy rider, yeah.
Evan City?
Yeah. It doesn't matter where we go. Because, we're handing in, I see, ployed bounties. So, that's what counts. Nuke using dumbfires. Of course.
I mean, why not?
I don't know. Don't have to tell you. I mean, I would. If I didn't like the laser show. Oh no, leap of shame.
Very dishonorable.
No.
Already? Like, you're not even there yet and you're already doing a loop.
Well, if I was there, I wouldn't need to.
Oh, is this one landable? Oh, no, yes, it is. This might actually be a candidate. Because look how close that station is to that planet. It's only about, let's say, 15-ish megameters. It's still quite a bit ways away, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, Scorb, no YouTube chat on the stream because it's just being daft, basically. It started off not working, and then it hasn't reactivated itself because, you know, it's what it do. Oh, should not have boosted then, really. Did you get stuck? What are you doing?
Well, a little bit.
I'm going too fast.
Okay,
I'm gonna pick up a fine.
That's still quicker than trying to arrest the crazy drift of the cutter and then trying to slot your way into the mail slot. More efficient.
Hunter, you saw nothing. Stream, you saw nothing.
What? Did you goof?
No, I didn't goof. I took the speed off. Spatula, don't spoil a film in chat.
Alright. Redeem all bounty vouchers. Ploy. It's so lovely to see Ployd in game. I really love that so much. 1.3 million on my behalf. There you go.
And 2.3 from me.
He's at 68.7% to deadly, so he's still got a bit of work ahead of him.
Oh, Kung Fury. Right, actually, I'll
Back to True, or what's the plan?
I'm gonna call time for the stream there because it's reasonably late here, and I've got an early start tomorrow.
Yep. Fair enough.
In chat, I've just bunged a link for Kung Fury, so you guys should go and watch that now. I'm gonna thank everyone for watching. Greytest and Greytest stream. Thank you.
Same for me.
For hanging around.
Thank you guys for hanging around and for joining the shenanigans earlier.
And obviously, I will say to everyone that I don't know when I'm going to stream next, because tomorrow I go in for my first round of chemotherapy, which is going to be epically turd. How turd? I don't know yet, but it remains to be
Wish you all the
seen.
best, bud.
And I will keep everyone updated as best I can as to how it goes. And yeah,
I hope it's going to be the least amount of turd possible.
Hopefully.
God, me too. Me too. But right, guys, I am going to say thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all soon. So,
Cheerio!
Commander Plater, out.